This fight is not for the feeble. It is not for the faithless.
That's right.
This will be a congressional fight, a constitutional fight, a legal fight, and on days like this, a street fight.
Hey everyone, it's the Politics Chick here. Hope you are all having a great week. And well, the news cycle just keeps on giving. I want to talk. It's going to be really hard to get through this video without just hysterically laughing at all of the just ridiculous things the Democrats are doing at the moment. So I've been looking at some of the news, and there's plenty of protests against President Trump, and you got Hakeem Jeffries up there, and last week it was Maxine Waters and Chuck Schumer, and it just looked like they'd escaped from, an old people's home. But let me say something about that. You got to give them credit. I mean, some of these folks, I think Maxine Waters is in her 80s, and probably disrupting like that is what's keeping her going. So I'm just confused, because where was this energy when they were in power for 4 years? Like, the country was literally in tatters and on its knees by the time it's all done. Their 4 years was done. They're so passionate about these things, but they did nothing for 4 years. It just seems ridiculous. And I can't understand how any logical person can watch this and forget what your politics are. How can you sit and get behind this? Like, again, where was the energy? Where was the energy when they had the power to make real positive change, to give the American people what they wanted? It just wasn't there. I think maybe they just like being on the back foot. They talk about all the Jan 6 stuff with the protesting, and they're using language that I just think, would it take it to the streets? Use every tool in your toolbox? I mean, what are we saying here? But anyway, if nothing else, it's there for comedy. And then let's just move over to pure hypocrisy for a second with Chuck Schumer, who, again, look, the guy's been busy. He wasn't busy the last 4 years, but the last 2 weeks he's been busy, super busy. And he's opened a tip line, because that's a good use of money, right? For whistleblowers to report government abuses of power. And I'm sorry, but how can anybody say that with a straight face? I mean, Chuck, if I call that, I'm reporting you. And so, and actually that's what happened, right? I saw that Senator Ted Cruz came out and said, yeah, great, this is a great idea. And I want to report Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Chuck Schumer. So, again, he's just getting mocked all over the place for this. This is ridiculous. But let's end on a light note, though. And I want to tell you that I am so happy with one executive order in particular, and that is the banning of those ridiculous paper straws. So for a few years ago, I don't know, what are we, 2025? Maybe, I don't know, about 5 years ago, I was in Sedona on a work trip, and went to a restaurant there, lovely restaurant in Sedona, and Coke Zero, Diet Coke, whatever I was ordering, came with one of these ridiculous paper straws. I'd never encountered one at the time. That was just a West Coast thing, right? And so I, drank from the straw, and I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. And every time I go anywhere and there's a paper straw, I literally lose my mind. I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. So happy about this executive order to just get rid of them. There's no research. There's nothing to say that they were useful in any way. Because let's face it, all that happens is you suck up your Coke Zero, whatever your beverage of choice is, and it just becomes wet and soggy, and it's disgusting. Thank you, Trump, for bringing back plastic straws. That is awesome. Anyway, let me know your comments on all these protests that the Democrats are doing. Tell me how you feel about that. But most importantly, I want to know what you all think about the executive order getting rid of paper straws. Awesome move. Please, if like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying the content to help the channel grow. And look forward to more from the Politics Chick later in the week.